All right, Candle Range Theory Trader is showing you the best Candle Range Theory indicators and templates to use to easily take Candle Range Theory trades. So let's not waste time and get right into it. What I have here is a simple 159 long Candle Range Theory pattern where we have the range candle, which was made at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time gave us the manipulation, and then distribution came here. Now, remember, the way I trade, at least, is that I'm only focused on trading one 4-hour candle, as this is a 4-hour chart. The template I'm going to show you will give you the best entry levels as well as a good focused trading time. So this is the way the indicator will look when we're done, or your template will look when we're done. Right here, where we will have a box showing you where you can trade and your ideal entry level. This is simply the 9 a.m. opening price for this candle. So if you see here, we notice that if we got in below the open, okay, and then took an entry right here, anywhere really generally in this level, okay, in the box, all right, you could have got at least possibly a 1 to, well, let me see, hold on, below this most recent swing low, you could have got a 1 to 3. It's about 20 pips. You could have got away with a, let's just say, a 7 pip stop loss, so about close to a 1 to 3. Okay, 7 pip stop loss, 20 or so pip take profit, 25, either way. Okay, but that's the point, is that it's going to show you and give you a good trading time frame and a simple trading level. Try to go long below the opening price, and then obviously short above. And I'll show you a short example that I'm in right now live in a second. Now, the indicator that you're going to need is called ICT Kill Zone and Pivots by Trade for Op, or OPP. Okay, this is how it will look when you click on it. Wait, well, okay, I didn't mean to do that. When you click on it, though, you're going to get this. It's going to look very confusing. Let me get rid of this here. Hold on a second. Okay, you're going to have all these boxes with London, Asia, and all that good stuff. Don't worry about that. Well, what I wanted to show you was that, because we're going to change all of that, you're going to see for the description, just to make sure you got the right one, this. Okay, so this is the indicator, ICT Kill Zones and Pivots by TFO. Like I said, by Trade for Op. All right, so anyway, after you add that to the chart, I'm going to get rid of it for now and then put my template back up for New York. Okay, these are the settings. I'm going to go slow so you'll know exactly how to have it look. Okay, but if you need to pause the video, rewind, do whatever you need to do. So here we go. It's not a lot, and it's very simple, and I'll explain the rationale behind each setting. We're just going to repurpose this to meet our goals. So session drawing limit, and if you want a definition on anything of any of these, you put your mouse over the eye and it'll explain it. I leave that at 3. Time frame limit I put at 5 because I trade the 5-minute chart. So if you go to a 4-hour chart, obviously none of these indicators will appear. Okay, because I only need it on the trading time frame. So I put time frame limit to 5. Time zone, I'm in America on the East Coast, so I leave that alone. Label size, I leave it auto. Text color, I leave on black. Drawing cutoff time, I click that and put it at 1800, which is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I leave these two checked, kill zone and display text. I leave that alone. Now, even though this is the third click box, the order of these boxes don't matter. The most important thing is the time. So I type in 159 because that's the candle range theory pattern that I'm trading. 159. What you type here will appear here. You could just as easily put, let's say if you want to put NY, you'll get an NY right here for the text, okay, right there, either way. But I just leave it at 159. Okay, so I just leave that alone. Now, the time part is very important. Now, this part, though, you can amend. My standard is that I want my setup to play out in the first 2 hours of a 4-hour candle. So I put 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and this is the box that will appear. So that's the rationale behind these times. If you want to make it 1 hour, you could just as easily make it 10 and see how the box gets smaller now. So let's say you only want to take trades in the first 1 hour of a 4-hour chart. You still could have won this trade, okay? So if you want to raise the standard, that's fine. It's up to you. But I recommend 2 because sometimes some trades take longer to play out than others. But again, if you want to go 2 hours or 1.5 hours, that part's up to you. For the box opacity, I put it at 43%. Again, that's up to you. You can make it lighter, darker. You can change the color. It's on yellow. It's up to you. That part's up to you. Do what makes you most comfortable. I just put it on yellow. Let's see. The rest of these, though, so you only need one checked. Everything else you need to uncheck. Okay, so it doesn't appear. Box transparency, I leave it 50. Text, I leave it 50. Kill zone pivots and all this stuff, I uncheck all of this. Nothing is checked here. Nothing. Okay. All of this stuff here I leave alone because everything's unchecked. I leave all of that alone. Kill zone range, this is unchecked for show the kill zone range. Show the average is checked. Average length is 5. Table position top right. Table size normal, but I leave all that alone. Okay. All of this day, week, month, all of this I leave. Nothing here is checked at all. You can have days of the week on here, but I uncheck that because I don't need it. I don't like a cluttered chart. I like my chart clean. Okay. Hide weekend labels, that's checked. And then the only other important part is going to be opening prices because it explains this. So because we want to see the opening price of the 9 a.m. candle, because that's when we're trading, we just click 9 a.m. We type 9 a.m. and we do 9 to 9:05. So that way it will appear. Okay. So at 9:05, you'll see a solid black line appear. All right, and I'll show you a live example of this in just a second. This is just to mark it automatically. If you want to mark the opening price manually, you can do that too, but I try to work as little as possible. And of course, I leave the color on black. I put the style as solid because it's going to default to dotted. I like a solid black line, and I put it on 3 to make it very easy to see. And that's it. And then after I click OK, the timestamp is everything is there. I save this template, and then this is it. Okay, so this is what I have. All I need, and so what you should have is just the box. If you want to have the numbers in there, you can, and the opening price. That's all I want marked. Okay, so here's a live example of a trade I'm in now. I may or may not be winning it, but this is where I'm at. I got a short on Aussie New Zealand. Yeah, I think I'm still in drawdown. Yeah, I am. Okay, but this is the trade here in real time. Let me show you just a simple setup. Okay, so we have a range candle here, the manipulation candle here, and then it's got to 11 o'clock to put me in profit, or I'm gonna get out because I got that 2-hour time frame. So because I'm inside the box, the price is above the open price right here. You see that 9 a.m. This open price right there. I can still technically, even if I didn't have this entry, I would have peace entering this right now, and my stop loss would just go above the range, or either way, So I would be clear to trade. But like I said, I want to see this go down by 11, or I'm out, because it could just consolidate too. No guarantees with trading, as we know. But this is the pattern playing out in real time. But again, all you need is that box and opening price. That's it. Go short below the open. Go short above the open price. You want to go long below the open price, like I just showed you. All right, so that's that one. So that's for all the New York traders. I'm going to go over London traders now. So to do that, let's go back to our 4-hour chart. And let's go to pound New Zealand on October 31st. And it looks like we have a short example here of a London trade. So we have the 915. So we're starting to trade at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So this is the candle we're trading right here. So I'm going to put my London. I'm going to click that, go down to the 5-minute. And let's see here. Is that it? Well, sorry, I clicked New York instead of London. There's London right there. All right, bingo. Okay, so as you can see, this candle, this price action, is this big red candle right here. All right. This is this. And remember how I talked about, we want to go short above the open price, ideally. Okay, ideally inside of the box, because you only got 2 hours to show me what I want to see. I'm going to another pair. Be selective. All right, so let's go over the settings now for the London traders out there. Here we go. Okay, all of this stuff is still the same. So the top stuff is mostly still the same. The only thing we're changing is the times. All right, so I'll just go over this very quickly because I've already done it. 5 minutes, America, auto, drawing cutoff time. Okay, I put that at 9 because I don't want the line extending all the way. So I do change the cutoff time to 9 a.m. because I don't want this opening price line to go on forever. Let's see. Kill zone boxes, display text, those are checked. This part really does. The most important part, okay, is going to be the boxes. All right. So I have this clicked, checked. I have 915 because that's my CRT pattern. So it's just a reminder. You don't have to have it though. Okay. So let me move this over. Okay. And then put that there. 915. I start at 5 and the box ends at 7, 2 hours. But once again, if you want to raise the standard and only make it 1 hour, change it to 6. You'll see the box get smaller, but say, hey, look, you only got 1 hour to give me what I want to see, or I'm done. And as you can see, it still worked out. Okay, you're still trading above the open and inside the box. You still would have made money on that trade. Okay, but I gave it 2 just to give a little grace. All right, but again, if you want to do 1 hour, that's more than fine. Up to you. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on 7 for 2 hours. Okay, so there we go. We'll see the box get bigger. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Next up, you got so that everything else is unchecked. So there's only one check. That's for the box and the box timings, where it's going to start and end. Show pivot labels. I don't know why that's checked, but all of this is unchecked. Extend, all the extend pivots until midnight. I don't worry about any of this stuff. All I want to see is the box and the open price. Everything else is irrelevant to me. So while this thing does show a lot, I don't need it. The only other thing we need to go down to worry about is the opening price. So you check 5 a.m. and put this at 5:05. Whoops. 5:05. There we go. Like that. And then solid for the style, and then 3 so it's thick and black so we can see the line. And everything else is just unchecked and left alone. And I hit OK. And that's it. And then that's what appears right there. Okay. So you'll have the box that starts at 5, ends at 7. Again, you can change that if you want. And this is all you'll need. So if you see other features of this indicator that you want to add, that's fine. But me, I like things simple. Just show me where price opened and the best part to get in, portion to get in, and tell me when to stop trading as well. I should not be trading outside the box based on my rules. Okay, because my best entry was back here. It is not down here. Okay, so that's that. Be sure to save the template and then you're done. I'll go over the Asian session settings for the people who want to trade starting at 1 a.m. I don't have like an actual chart, but I'll just show you how it would look. So I'll click on Asia right here. Okay, this is not a candle range theory trade. I'm just showing you the settings, okay? Because obviously there's no trade here. I mean, you could have bought along, but again, that's not. I'm just showing you the settings. So here we go. I don't really trade Asia. I'm fine with London and US. So, but if you want to start trading, this will be a 591. That's 1,700 hours, 5 p.m., 9 p.m., 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, so just gonna fly through this 3-5 minute time frame. America Auto drawing cutoff time. I leave it 5 to 1800. Display text is 591. Okay, most important part, the length of the box. Do you want to do 1 hour or 2? Is really what you need to ask yourself. If you want to do 2 hours, this will be 1. This will be 3. If you want to do 1 hour, you'll do 1 and 2. And to know you got it, you'll see the box get smaller. Okay, that's 2. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back to 3 for the sake of continuity, because I prefer 2 hours. Color, you leave the same. You can play with the opacity. That part's personal preference. If you want the box to be straight up see-through, if you want to change it to black, pink, purple, doesn't matter. Up to you. That's the only thing that's checked, though. Everything else is unchecked. Okay. Pivot labels, none of this stuff is checked. None of that stuff is checked. We don't worry about any of that. So after the box, remember, what else do I want to see? The opening price. So I just scroll down to opening prices. I want to see the 1 a.m. open. And then I do 1 a.m. to 105. Okay, let me just double check this. Got all times at 5. 2 hours. Okay, so my box is 2 hours. My opening price is at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. to 105. That's it. I'm done. I saved the template. Asia 591. Done deal. Okay, I'm done. All right, it's over. All right, but again, I don't trade that. That's just, but those are the settings. So remember, all you need to see is the length of the box and the opening price, and that will give you everything you need. Let's go back to my live trade, see how that's holding up, and then we're pretty much done. Looks like I'm still in drawdown, but for now, that's all you need to see. I'll go back to my New York. Remember to save the templates, okay? Save them and label them. It's got 30 more minutes to show me what I want to see. Otherwise, I might have to get out. But for now, but that's it. So this is the pattern here in real time. Let me show you one more that did work out in real time as well. I already took profit on this, but this was Swiss yen. I got in right when price opened. Um, inside the box, right at the opening price, and this was good for like 30 pips. I got in like right in there somewhere. That was 30 pips easy. Okay, it's just inside the box, in line with the candle range theory. This indicator though will not make you a millionaire. Okay, do you need it? No, but can it help? It's like training wheels. There come a time where you don't even need the indicator. But this was just something to make it easier to see. All right, and then I think there might be one more. Yeah, here we go. Here's another one for pound yen. Candle range theory low. Let me get rid of this. Okay, there's our opening price. You could have bought somewhere in there, and then price shot up 40 pips. Okay, that could have been good for 1 to 4. All right, so there you go. But again, it's not the indicator that's doing this. The indicator just helps you see it. It keeps you disciplined and gives you a target to shoot for. Okay, a decent entry level, and this box is going to end in 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, if the box ain't there, if you're disciplined enough, you're going to know, hey, I shouldn't be trading. All right, so that's it. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day.